Do you keep waking up at exactly 2 or 3 in the morning, even when everything seems completely fine? No noise, no disturbance, no clear reason, and yet your eyes open, almost as if something inside your body decided it was time to wake you up. You check your phone. 2:16 a.m., 2:42, 3:07, and it keeps happening night after night. Now here's the part most people misunderstand. They assume it's just light sleep, or stress, or simply getting older. It's not. My name is Dr. Alric Stone. For the past 10 years, I've worked closely with patients in their 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond. People who come to me with one common complaint. Doctor, I fall asleep just fine, but I wake up in the middle of the night, and I don't know why. And what I've learned over the years is this. When your body wakes you up at the same time every night, it's not random behavior. It's a signal, and if you understand what's behind that signal, you can fix it at the root, not just mask it. In this video, I'm going to walk you through what's actually happening inside your body at 2 or 3 a.m., the hidden mechanisms most people completely miss, and what you can realistically do to stop it. Stay with me, because one of these causes is something almost nobody talks about, but it changes everything once you understand it. Before we go deeper, let me give you some perspective from what I see in real patients. Waking up in the middle of the night is incredibly common. In fact, nearly half of adults experience it at least a few times per week. But here's where people make a mistake. They normalize it. They say, "This is just how sleep is now." So they ignore it. They adapt. They push through the day with caffeine and fatigue. But when something happens in your body consistently, especially at the same time, it is never random. The body follows patterns, and patterns always have a cause. There's a difference between waking up occasionally and waking up at the exact same time almost every night. If it's consistent, your body is following a biological trigger. Let's break those triggers down properly. The most common cause I see in patients is a disruption in the stress response system. Now, when people hear stress, they immediately think of anxiety or emotional pressure, but that's not always the case. You can feel completely normal during the day, productive, calm, in control, and still have a nervous system that's under chronic load. Your body produces a hormone called cortisol. It plays a critical role in regulating energy, metabolism, and alertness. Under normal conditions, cortisol stays low at night and gradually rises toward the morning. That's what allows you to stay asleep and then wake up naturally. But when your system is under strain, even subtle, long-term strain, this rhythm shifts. Cortisol starts rising at the wrong time. Instead of increasing at 5 or 6 in the morning, it spikes at 2 or 3 a.m. And when that happens, your brain switches from sleep mode to alert mode almost instantly. Patients often describe this very clearly. They say, "Doctor, it's strange. I don't just wake up. I feel awake, like my mind turned on suddenly." That's not coincidence. That's hormonal timing being disrupted. The second major cause is something people rarely consider: blood sugar regulation. Even while you sleep, your body is active. Your brain continues working, repairing, processing information, maintaining vital functions. All of that requires energy, and that energy comes primarily from glucose in your bloodstream. If your blood sugar drops too low during the night, your body treats it as a threat. It releases adrenaline and cortisol to bring levels back up, and those hormones don't just correct blood sugar, they wake you up. This is why many people wake up feeling slightly restless, anxious, or even with a mild racing heart. And when we look at their habits, there's usually a pattern: late-night sugar, refined carbohydrates, alcohol, or irregular eating during the day. The body spikes, then crashes, and the crash happens while you're asleep. So your system pulls you out of sleep to correct it. Now, here's something I want you to understand, because this is where most explanations stop. Cortisol and blood sugar are triggers, but in many cases, they're not the root cause. There is a deeper physical mechanism happening inside the body at night, and I see this especially in patients over 50. Let me explain it simply. During the day, your body is upright. Gravity is constantly pulling fluids downward into your legs, your lower tissues. This includes blood and interstitial fluid. When circulation is not optimal, which can happen with age, reduced movement, or vascular changes, that fluid begins to accumulate gradually. You don't necessarily notice it. Maybe your socks leave slight marks. Maybe your legs feel a bit heavy by evening. Nothing dramatic, but by the time night comes, your body has stored more fluid than you realize. Now you lie down, and the moment you do, gravity no longer keeps that fluid in your lower body. It begins to redistribute back into circulation, back toward your heart, back toward your kidneys, and your body has to respond to that sudden shift. Hormones adjust, filtration increases, internal pressure changes, and that physiological adjustment is often enough to wake you up, not because something is wrong, but because something is happening. Let me give you a real example. A patient of mine, 58 years old, came in with this exact complaint. He told me, "Doctor, I wake up every night at 2:30, no matter what I do." He had already tried improving his sleep routine, reduced caffeine, even tried supplements. Nothing changed. So instead of focusing on his sleep, I looked at his day. He had a sedentary routine, long hours sitting, minimal movement, and one small detail stood out. By the evening, his socks left clear marks on his legs. That told me something important. His body was holding fluid during the day. At night, when he lay down, that fluid was shifting back into circulation, triggering internal changes and waking him up. We didn't treat his sleep directly. We changed how his body handled that fluid before bedtime. Within 2 weeks, his nighttime wake-ups dropped significantly. Within a month, they were gone. Let me give you a real example. A patient of mine, 58 years old, came in with this exact complaint. He told me, "Doctor, I wake up every night at 2:30, no matter what I do." He had already tried improving his sleep routine, reduced caffeine, even tried supplements. Nothing changed. So instead of focusing on his sleep, Mada looked at his day. He had a sedentary routine, long hours sitting, minimal movement, and one small detail stood out. By the evening, his socks left clear marks on his legs. That told me something important. His body was holding fluid during the day. At night, when he lay down, that fluid was shifting back into circulation, triggering internal changes and waking him up. We didn't treat his sleep directly. We changed how his body handled that fluid before bedtime. Within 2 weeks, his nighttime wake-ups dropped significantly. Within a month, they were gone. You can check this yourself. Take your thumb and press it gently against your shin for about 10 seconds. Then release. If the skin returns to normal immediately, that's fine. But if you notice even a slight indentation that lingers, that's fluid retention. It may seem minor, But inside your body, it's significant because that fluid doesn't stay there overnight. It moves. Here's what I recommend. And this is based on physiology, not trends. First, in the morning, start your circulation early. Even 30 seconds of light movement helps activate your vascular system. During the day, shift most of your fluid intake earlier. Avoid concentrating it in the evening. Now the most important step, about an hour before bed, lie down and elevate your legs slightly above heart level for 15 to 20 minutes. This allows your body to redistribute fluid before you sleep instead of during sleep. After that, go to the bathroom, then go to bed. You've just removed a major trigger. And finally, reduce heavy, processed, and high-sugar foods in the evening. So, the next time you wake up at 2 or 3 in the morning, don't assume it's random, and don't ignore it. Your body is responding to something, whether it's stress hormones, blood sugar, circulation, or deeper physiological patterns. That wake-up is a signal, and once you understand the signal, now free. Now, you can address the cause, not just the symptom. If this helped you understand something you've been dealing with, follow this channel. Because my goal is simple, to help you understand how your body actually works, so you don't have to rely on guesswork. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.